Happy New Year's Eve. Colin here, and I'm glad you could join me for the last Patient Attraction podcast of 2015. Now, I want to look back on this year and talk about a podcast episode that talks to dentists, talks to you about how you can develop a championship marketing strategy. Now, there's 3 interesting ways to boost your website, boost your marketing, and set you apart from the competition. Now, enjoy this. And don't forget, tomorrow's 2016, and let's make it your best year ever, starting tomorrow. Hey everyone, Colin, receiver here. Today is Monday, April 7th, or as it's known here in the heart of basketball country, Championship Monday. Come back after the break. I'll tell you what a winning marketing program and a winning basketball team have in common. Stay tuned. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not as big of a basketball fan as some other people here at SmartBox, or maybe some of you. But growing up here in the center of the basketball universe is like growing up around dentistry, which I also did. And you can't help but pick up on a few things. So I want to point out 3 similarities between championship basketball teams and successful dental marketing strategies. The first one being, let's talk about focal area. Championship basketball teams usually have one dominant trait. They have good pressure defense or post-game or motion offense, whatever their aspect is that they are simply dominating on the court. Your marketing must also have a focus, and it should be like, let's start with your website. Your website is your 7-footer or your all-American point guard. It's the key around where everything else revolves. If you've got one good, strong point that you can highlight, you need to drive that point home. Make sure that your patients and your potential patients continue to be hammered with that one point that you do better than everybody else. Because when you can differentiate yourself, you'll win the championship. Number 2 is diversity. Championship basketball teams do more than just one thing well. So while having your focal point, your focus is good, you can't be one-dimensional and have a winning championship team. The same way as your marketing cannot be one-dimensional. While your website is the center of your marketing effort, it can't be everything that you do. You can have that 7-foot center or that all-American point guard, but if the rest of the team falls out around him, you're not going to win that game. You've got to do more to get your name out on the web, get your name out on all kinds of pieces of media, because people are going to look in many different places out there online and offline. And offline drives people online, and online people look offline to validate who you are, and vice versa. So the more places people see you, as the Thai say, the more cups of tea that people have with you, the more times you're going to touch them, develop a relationship with them, and ultimately bring them on as a new patient. The third point is differentiation. Championship teams are different than other teams. And whether it's, that they're more experienced or they have more dominant players, or maybe it's an unusual style that the other teams can't replicate or can't defend or offend against, there's something that sets the winners apart from the rest of the herd. Your marketing must also differentiate you from all the other dentists out there in your market area. What makes you stand out? What is your niche? What makes you different? And a lot of this comes back to point number 1, your focal area. What are you focused on? What kind of patients do you want to attract? Find your advantage and emphasize it. Just remember, no matter who you're cheering for tonight, I'm rooting for you. Until next time, keep moving forward.